Chapter 1. I'd been home from China for 2 days when I stole a crystal from my mom. The crystal was gray, the size and shape of a pine cone, but not very different from the other crystals in her collection. She kept all of them on the top of her federal secretary in the bedroom she shared with my dad until his death 5 months before. This was uncharted. My mom's New Age hoodoo altar in a house that was otherwise calculated to the point of sterility. The objects on Mom's desk seemed out of place. Dozens of crystals, incense cones in dusty bags, bundles of sage, assorted candles, and 5 small brass urns holding ashes, pebbles, and sand. The items were of dubious purpose in my mind, which was why I wrote the theft off as mere family infraction as the chunk slid snugly into the front left pocket of my jeans. It helped that I had a distinct memory of Mom snooping around my bedroom when I was younger in search of what I might have kept sacred, her fingers prying behind and underneath my furniture, extracting my assorted contraband and piling it at the center of my rug. Stealing the crystal wasn't premeditated, but I had seen that same crystal in a dream the previous night. It apparently stuck with me from the day before when I'd done a perfunctory sweep of the house, taking inventory of all we'd need to do before we sold the house. Standing in Mom's room, I wondered about the true catalyst of her new bent. The simple explanation was my dad's death. An event like that could spin someone into patchouli-scented oblivion, no question. But I suspected those roots had been there all along. Truthfully, I only had vague suspicions. I'd barely been home in 2 years. I'd completely missed her acquisition of spiritual knickknacks, a collection that now rivaled a semi-respectable rock shop. Despite my reservations, it all seemed to be helping her somehow. She looked healthier and more attractive than she had in decades. It was just the contrast between this mom and the old mom was so stark. Mom was raised Presbyterian, after all, and raised me that way, too. Her father had been the assistant to the deacon at the Fourth Presbyterian Church of Rochester, a detail Mom repeated to me most Sunday mornings of my childhood, usually in response to pillow-muffled whimpers for some additional shut-eye. And when Mom was feeling especially unworthy, for whatever reason, usually this was in the car on the way home from church, she'd go on about how my family had the minister over for supper every third Sunday of the month. Our lack of hospitality is disgraceful. On the Sundays that Dad was in town, he'd swerve to the curb and threaten to pull a U-turn so she could ask whomever the hell she wanted to our non-existent Sunday smorgasbord. But forget Sunday suppers. Mom taught Sunday school to kindergartners, worked on the Flower Guild, and helped the annual church rummage sale. She had the moral tenacity to call people good Christians when being a good woman or a good man didn't quite cut it. She would sometimes sing hymns, the timing of which would often infuriate me, like a windows down onward Christian soldiers as she drove me to school. In short, I never had reason to question Mom's faith. Plucking the crystal off the secretary and slipping it into my pocket was reactionary, mechanical, and I didn't reflect on it, didn't have time to, because just as the crystal dropped plumb against my thigh, I heard Mom behind me. "What are you doing?" she asked. She was standing in the doorframe wearing flip-flops, black leggings, a wool sweater jacket with a belt. "Hi, Mom," I said. "Just checking out the crystals, just trying to assist the house, the move. Sorry, crystals." It wasn't like I'd churned through my youth perfecting the art of lying, but the cover-up flowed from my mouth smoothly and naturally. In my 25 years, Mom's hunk of quartz, well, not the most valuable item I'd ever stolen, did likely constitute my most meaningful heist. Maybe the gravity in that fact gave me the courage, that and the unfamiliarity of it all. The eeriness made it unreal, and therefore easier. Still, it was just bearable. "Are you okay?" Mom said. "Why wouldn't I be?" I imagined invisible waves of negativity transmitting into the world from the pocket of my jeans, like a fieldstone plopped into the middle of a pond.